More Stomper. Map 9. Need a blue key. Is that me or is the music volume like pretty high? Also, what the fuck just shot me? What in the name of dicks shot me? It felt like a shotgun or... Is that the bitch? Is that the bitch that shot me? Oh, now he's a dead bitch. There's a chain gunner there. There's another bitch. Oh my god, these fucking hit scanners. Getting ridiculous how they hit me like the microsecond I go around the corner. Confused. I remember a medkit being somewhere, but guess not. Question mark. That's what the number means. Wow. What's the Hell Knight I heard? I could have sworn I heard the Hell Knight. Are all these doors gonna open when I hit this? Apparently not. It's a repeatable switch as well. Interesting.
I think I'll climb aboard.
Hoss, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Ah, big miss. Nice looking door texture. Oh crap, there's a sniping rev in the back. This map is very big. Oh, get yellow. Cool. Now where do I remember a yellow door? I don't think I found one at all. So that's not all too convenient. Still not sure what the hell, where did they all come from? As I wanted to say, still not sure what that repeatable switch is for. This is separate texture. That looks very nice actually. How do you survive 5 rockets? Ow. Oh, medkit. Good. Uh-oh. Just spawning in. Wow, I'm already low on shells. There were a bunch of boxes at the beginning, I believe. Oh, okay, cool. Was there like not some boxes here? Or did I already grab them? Nope. I remembered correctly. Still alive? Oh, I heard a chain gunner, but maybe it was just a shotgunner. I just hear another lost soul. I think the damage on this rocket launcher might be tuned down. Pretty sure I hit him for 5 rockets and he survives an SSG blast afterwards. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Hey, welcome back, Eve. Good evening. Okay, that lowers that elevator. I don't think I have found the yellow door yet. That's closed. Go to the elevator thing. I mean, as long as you both enjoy yourselves, nothing really terrible about it, I think. And if you like a person enough to flirt with them, then there's no harm done, I think. Nothing here. Get the blue key. Flirt with a new person every 2 weeks. Well, then, I mean... I don't know. I can't say anything about that, considering I'm not a person who meets someone new every time, I guess. I mean, in the past, maybe. And then I would flirt with... I mean... Yeah, I guess when I was younger, I would flirt, like, with a lot of people online. But nowadays, I don't really meet new people that often. Already lost track on where the hell the frickin'... I gotta get over there. So that was the blue key hiding there? Right, so that means I need to get the red key first, because the red key opens the area there, which I assume opens, like, gives access over the bridge. So then how do I get access to the red key? YOLO in here? Not yet. Okay, this is where I missed. Go to the shit scanners first. Interesting design with this water here. Yeah. It's a bit awkward. I'm a little bit confused now. Can I simply grab the key now? I probably gotta get up on that. Ah, you dick. Oh, crap. There's 2 medkits there, thankfully. Ooh, more medkits, hell yeah. Wasn't too sure if there'd be more health here. Thought maybe a stim pack, but... Oh, I'll take 2 medkits. Okay. Can't go in here through there. Does that mean I go around? Is this repeatable? No. Thought maybe it activated this or something. Over there. I guess I might take the staircase. Here. Yay! Finally. I cracked the code. Oh god. Oh god. Bad. So where they spawned from. Oh. Just adjust my sitting position a bit. Right, now I can go to the exit. Still nothing happened over here though. Is this broken? That's a weird sound. Yeah, I heard that. There's something wrong with these doors. The texture is also pretty fucked. Is it me or is the texture like constantly moving lower? Yeah, see? The fuck? This is weird. Weird. Just weird. Maybe bugged. Yeah, possibly light. Some weird buggy stuff going on with the doors there. Did you know I still have the shitty ass plastic butterfly candy? Holy shit, floating pinky. I'm not eating it though because I still have better candy. It's like literally a last resort if I don't have any more candy or snacks. And I need something, then I'll eat the plastic garbage. Probably a trap with those barrels. Princess Pozak, thank you very much for the follow, appreciate that. Oh, by the way, Light, because I think you went to bed before the end of the stream last night, right? I think you might have missed me playing Catacomb. Which, to my surprise, when I booted it up, apparently was a game made by John Carmack. John Carmack was pretty mean, though. Like, at least the first game trolls the players so hard. Because, like, the game has these walls that you can shoot to destroy, which are basically secret shootable walls. But you can see, you can kind of recognize them with some slight pixel differences. And like the tutorial text screen, like the game explanation, says like, oh, the game has 10 levels. And then like, for real, it really has 10 levels. But if you get to like level 4 or 5 or something, You literally spawn in a small box, and the wall will say, "Thanks for playing," or something like that, or like, "This is the end." And I was like, what? But then you gotta shoot the wall to actually unlock the level. Well, not unlock it, but to actually continue the level. It's like trolling you hard. Not only that, one level, actually it was possible to soft lock if you didn't open the doors in the correct order. And another map, I thought I soft locked because I opened a specific door. But then I restarted the whole game. And it turned out that I didn't soft lock, but that there's a secret wall you can destroy next to a locked door to skip the locked door where you wouldn't have the key for it. I was so fucking confused and annoyed. Kind of. Well, I wasn't that annoyed, but it was like, ugh. John Carmack just trolling hard. And the second game is pretty much more of the same, so I'm expecting a lot of more trolling and maybe soft locking. But hey, at least the games are short. And then we'll actually play Catacomb 3D, which I heard is also short. So you can already start... Actually stop asking. I mean, you never asked ever, but... In case you were about to ask, Pro Catacomb 3D when? That is around the corner. Just in case you were wondering. I think the game wants me to go in here. Not on the line texture though. Oh, not a lot in this area. And Pro Terminator, whatever the fuck's games are probably not going to be far around the corner. What was it? Terminator Future Shock and... was another one. Hey, can't go. Ow. Many shit scanners. I think I'm not gonna bother instantly finishing BioShock, because that's one of the FPS games that I think I was probably past halfway. I mean, I'll probably do it sooner or later, but it's not like I'm gonna necessarily play it before Catacomb or anything. I'll see. Sooner or later, I'll probably, like, decide to dedicate an evening on some progress for that. Anyway, we'll get the blue key. Biocock. Yeah, I mean, I'm still of the opinion, at least BioShock 1, I think, was a bit overrated. I mean, the world is cool. I like the setting. Absolutely nothing to complain about the setting in BioShock. I just don't like the combat. The feel of the combat, I just feels lacking for some reason. And mostly, like, the weapons. But who knows, maybe it'll grow on me, because I used to not like the weapons in Half-Life 1 and 2, and now I do like them, so... who the fuck knows? Gotta check something real quick, by the way. When's the next rally? Calendar. Next rally is... oh shit. Okay, that's funny. Well, like, your timing was perfect. Did you all plan this? I thought you were sneaky and planned all of this. World of Tanks Mission Marathon. From today until September 6th. After September 6th, well, 10 a.m. September 6th. So September 6th, I would be available. September 7th and September 8th. And then September 9th is when the next rally is. So, yeah. That was some good choice of a date. Also, happy 420. Sadly, I do not smoke. I cannot be with the cool kids. No cool kids award for me. How do I get to the blue area? Wow, you dick. Oh my god. There we go. Verticality is both a blessing and a curse, honestly. Ow. Ow. I have a feeling there'd be a threat there to my left. Pretty surprised I finally managed. Well, not surprised is maybe the wrong word, but I almost can't believe it that I've finally made my way through Deus Ex last night as well. That was a blast of a game. And all I can say is that I heard that the sequel sucks. I'll take that. But I'll still play the sequel. And then we get the third game one day. And that one I heard is amazing. Oh, shitty ass Schengen. Ah, the Schengen also said ooh. Interesting how that one barrel to the left didn't explode. Hello, Iceman. Thank you for the host. How do you do on this Friday evening? Are you on your way back home yet? Ow. Still at work. God damn it. Weekend can't start soon enough. But you got your Friday Doom. With me. Hooray. Doom Friday. No one's favorite Friday activity at all. That's a lot of imp. Ew. There were some hallways earlier that had a bunch of health bonuses, but I didn't pick them up because I was on 200. Not sure if I'm able to get back there. Whatever. The Blood Tower. Is this a sequel to the Emerald Tower? Getting some E1 and 2 vibes there. Okay. What is this tank that keeps appearing? Well, originally that is a tank from a game called was it something with slug? Metal Slug. But a friend of mine made a GIF file out of it with my Kappa emote on top of it. I just made it scroll across the screen from time to time. Just as some random entertainment. Well, this... So more vibes of E1M2. No flame boys though in E1M2. Not at all. But definitely long staircases. Uh-oh. Ooh, red key. We only see Caco Beard. We'll shoot the Caco Beard. Now we see some Caco teeth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this map was influenced by E1M2. Which I am totally fine with. I'm a big sucker for the E1 style maps. Oh. Sneaky imp. Is it me or just shells spread across the floor everywhere on this map? Look at this. Shells, 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 shells. Holy crap. Some heavy stomping by the Arachnotron. Oh shit, I actually killed the Arachnotron. That was a triple kill right there. Zombieman, Chain Gunner, and the Arachnotron there. Nice. The hell? More sneaky imp action. Well, I thought this would lead somewhere. It was a stim pack and some bullets. Have I played or heard of a WAT called Augur Zenith? I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell. If it's a more modern WAT, then I definitely haven't played it. Because I only really, at the moment, stream mostly just CAC awards and CAC award related WADs until I catch up with the current year. Just because I otherwise have like a bit of a choice paralysis of what to play. So I've just been following the CAC awards list just so that I don't have to think about what to play next. The Cyberpunk WAD, it's really good. We mentioned a lot in this year's CAC Awards. Oh, that makes sense. If it's mentioned this year, then I will play it in the future. But I still need to catch up with so many WADs. Because I've played like all the CAC Awards from 1994 or 5. I don't remember when it started. But the WADs keep getting longer and longer as well, like just so many 32 level WADs that take me weeks to finish because I only stream Doom on Fridays. And sometimes I do think maybe I should occasionally do like an extra Doom stream. Because the progress through the CAC awards is so slow for me. And I'm not making it easier for myself by also playing like honorable mentions like this one, which is a runner-up. Funny that there's another cyberpunk styled WOD though. Because I just played... I forgot what the last WOD was named. But it was also a cyberpunk setting style WOD. And I also played Hacks, which is like a Doom Engine cyberpunk style game. So I've been playing a whole lot of cyberpunk style games. I just finished Deus Ex as well. And I never really had much with the cyberpunk setting, but I'm starting to like it more and more. Ooh. Oh crap, I think I'm on 97 health though. Perfect! 3 health bonuses. Now I can grab the soul sphere. Get that perfect 200 health. And a whopping 3 armor. Kinda would like another armor. Haven't seen any blue armors in a while, to be honest. Been forever. I haven't been through the red door yet, it seems. Shit elemental. Do pain elementals usually die from only 2 shots? I don't remember usually killing them that fast. Binky. Well, I'm just grabbing the armor bonuses now. I was asking for more armor and the map is delivering. Little by little though. Uh-oh. I didn't expect this to go down. Oh no! Oops. Well, I still got him, despite aiming like shit. You never see me use the chainsaw. I mean, I just used it a few moments ago. I don't use it very often. It depends, like... Usually it's just laziness, where I just can't be bothered to switch to the chainsaw. And you know, it's also gotta be like, if I really need to be saving ammo, And if the area is safe enough for me to chainsaw the pinky, then I might use it. Well, I don't use it that often. I still prefer Berserk. If I have a Berserk and the map doesn't give me a lot of ammo, I'll use Berserk a whole lot. That's fun. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, if I don't have any ammo issues, it's very rare for me to pull it out. Only if I just feel like it. Just for the sake of, like, variety. But generally speaking, I can't be arsed. Only if I really have to manage ammo, but ammo is at a constant high in this WOD. I mean, I'm on 99 shells and there's boxes of shells everywhere, so... And no need for me to use the chainsaw. I mean, apart from killing pinkies to save ammo, it's a pretty useless weapon. Is that an ogrith I smell in chat? It is. Ogrith. What is up? Guess who finished Deus Ex last night? Nice to see you, man. How you doing? Hi Galactic, good evening, welcome. Everyone coming over for the Doom Friday. I appreciate that, ow. In the meantime, I'll take imp balls up the ass. Oh my god, just to make Iceman happy. Some nice chainsaw action. Deus Ex was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved the crap out of that game. Dodge, dodge, dodge. I need some health now. Oh, chain gunners, that's like the opposite of health. Oh, you dick! There's a reason why it won Game of the Year back in the day. Yeah, I can see. Depending on, like, it might actually become one of my favorite games of all time. It kind of depends on, like, you know, I need some time for it to, like, stay in my mind, and if I end up craving to get back into the world, I can kind of consider the game one of my favorites. That's like kind of like a thing for me. Like, I only consider games my absolute favorites if it's making me want to replay it later on, because that kind of proves that a game is really something you love if you kind of want to replay it. Like, it's like for me, it's like a way to prove that that's just that good, right? Because most games, it's like I finish it and it's done. But then some games, if I just crave to replay them, get the same experience again, then yeah, that is just very impressive if a game manages to do that. Which, I have plenty of games that do that. And they are like in a list of favorite games of mine. Yeah, classic Doom, Doom Eternal, Duke 3D, Fallout 3. Pretty much all Metal Gear Solid games, at least the main ones. Pretty much all the God of War games before the newest one. GTA San Andreas. Those are all games that are like among my top favorites, because I know that if I just think about them, I start craving to replay them. I don't have that yet with Deus Ex, but it might be something later on. Because Half-Life used to not be that for me. Half-Life 1 and 2, and now I think they actually have become among my favorite games, because when I think about Half-Life 1 and 2, I kind of do crave replaying it again. I'm still in search of health. Let's see if I can pull up the list. I think I pretty much named everything I had on the list, but let me just check. Yeah, so what I currently have on my list is Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4. God of War 1, 2, 3, Ghost of Sparta, Chains of Olympus, and Ascension. GTA San Andreas, Classic Doom. And then I still want to add Doom Eternal to that, and probably Half-Life 1 and 2. And yeah, I'm still digesting Mass Effect and Deus Ex. Deus Ex definitely having a bigger chance. Not saying that I didn't like Mass Effect, I loved Mass Effect as well. That game is also very strong, but I think from a technical standpoint, Deus Ex impressed me more overall. Kinda need to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go. And in case you were wondering what ending I chose, well, technically speaking, I did all 3 endings. I had a save somewhere near the end. And I ended up doing all 3 endings, just to see how all 3 endings are. But my first choice was just the big old YOLO explosion. I was like, fuck it all, let's blow everything up. And then I did the other two endings. I'm also still digesting Paper Mario, I'm not gonna lie, that game was also absolutely superb. I can see that also coming back to me in the future, like, huh, I kinda wanna revisit that, but I don't know. I can't believe I've been finishing so many RPGs lately. Paper Mario, Mass Effect, Deus Ex. Finally getting some real RPG experience. I'm gonna look that up. Cut. Tank design. Oh shit. Oh wow. That looks amazing. That's probably what Wargaming uses to make new tanks. Holy shit. That is fucking... Literally, that's what Wargaming uses for new tanks in the game. I mean, considering you can pretty much make any tank, there's gonna be a lot of real tanks that people will remake, right? As far as the shell physics and stuff, reminds me a bit of War Thunder. That looks amazing. Yeah, I mean... It's in early access. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wishlist this, holy fuck. Thank you for the recommendation. Are you going to replay through the new remastered Quake 1? Yeah, sooner or later I'll do that. Absolutely. I'm gonna play on Nightmare. But it's not gonna be super soon, but yeah, probably somewhere this year, I hope. Last night I started Catacomb, which was a game by John Carmack. Not a first-person shooter yet. It took me an hour to finish that. Now the sequel, The Catacomb, I will probably play tomorrow. And then I'll play Catacomb 3D and its two sequels, which I heard are also all pretty short. And then I'm gonna mostly follow an FPS list. Of course, I will also be playing other games besides FPS games, but I do have a list of FPS games. And like on there I've got, yeah, Catacomb 3D, Catacomb Abyss, Catacomb Apocalypse, Then there's stuff like Blake Stone, Terminator Rampage, Operation Body Count, Corridor 7, Rise of the Triad. Rise of the Triad, I'm waiting for this year's remaster to come out. This year we will get a remaster, I heard, unless it's getting delayed. Marathon, System Shock, Terminator Future Shock, Tech War, Witch Haven, Marathon 2, Eradicator, Terminator Skynet, Witch Haven 2, Alien Trilogy, Power Slave, which will also get a remaster, Hexen 2, Finnish Redneck Rampage. We'll go on from there. Yeah, time is going too fast. My birthday's around the corner as well. End of October. I was also hoping to play more Gran Turismo 4 this year, and Resident Evil, but I know there's just so many games piling up on my plate, so I'm gonna have to see. The first 4 maps in this WOD were 10 out of 10. After that, the quality went down a bit. It's not terrible, but plenty of times where I'm like just opening the map and I'm like, okay, where the fuck do I need to go? And I do figure it out eventually, but like the pacing is not optimal at times. Well, it's not terrible, it's just the maps keep getting bigger and more complicated, and that's where my enjoyment will lessen a bit. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm currently doing endurance races in Gran Turismo 4. Like, if I open the game again, I'm gonna be right in an endurance race, sort of. It's gonna be like 20 laps in Le Mans or some shit like that with a pretty slow car. But those are like the short endurance races. Because Gran Turismo 4 also has like some 5-hour races, 6-hour races, 8-hour races, and 3 24-hour races. 24 real hours. And I was hoping to get to that this year, but I'm not sure if I'll manage. Because I still need to do a lot of the other endurance races. Because I'm like saving that for the last. And at the very end, there's gonna be a championship that is like only endurance races. Like a full championship with like very long races. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna play a full 24 hours in a row. The plan is to do 6 to 8 hour stream sessions, and I'll leave my PS2 on. And hopefully my PS2 will survive and not die. That is the plan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe not without pausing, per se. Because bathroom. Well, probably in a single session. But a person's still gotta go to the bathroom, of course. And I mean, with yeah, I mean, there's people who do 24-hour streams and have like a friend or relative make food for them. But person still gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah, first, when thinking about the Quake remaster, I thought I'd only stream the 2 new expansions, but now I decided, nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna play all of it on Nightmare. Because achievements. Toilet stream. Who do you think I am, Dr. Disrespect? No ping sector. Ow. I'm getting slapped. Oh my god, I was being blocked by a fucking shit knight. Where's the shit lord? We get released from there. Oh my god, there's the knights. Speaking of knights and RPGs, I will probably not end up streaming Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Even though I know it's an amazing game, because people praise it left, right, and center, I just do not enjoy the passive combat in that game. The only game I can tolerate such combat is RuneScape. I don't know, unless my opinion on that, you know, maybe one day I'll actually start appreciating that kind of combat, but I just cannot handle that. Just click on an enemy and just watch, like, each other's health bars go down, and I just, I don't mind turn-based combat, like Pokemon or Final Fantasy, but, like, I tried Knights of the Old Republic once, and when I started doing combat, I was like, oh shit, this is the combat. Not for me. I've played Republic Commando once. I like that game. I never completed it yet, but I'll stream it one day for sure. It's on my FPS list. Well, there's not a lot of tower about that map called Blood Tower. Um, this one is from 2013. It's already 8 years old. Any thoughts on the new Aliens game? Oh, you mean the co-op one? That's like being advertised on Steam? I haven't seen gameplay of it. I did wishlist it though. Yeah, I streamed Area 51. I streamed the PS2 version. I might actually restream it once on PC. With like an FOV fix. Area 51 is such a hidden gem. It's a third-person shooter. For me, it really depends what kind of third-person shooter experience it's gonna be. Because it says survival shooter. So is it like a wave-based game, like Killing Floor? Or like an objective kind of game, like Left 4 Dead? Or is it gonna be more like a co-op campaign that you gotta do with people? I don't know. But I love the Aliens franchise, so they do catch my interest. Well, considering they use the word survive a lot, I think it's probably gonna be like more about like surviving waves, which... yeah. I'm not a big fan of Left 4 Dead 2. Not saying it's a bad game, it's just not for me, because... for me, shooting the zombies felt kind of meaningless. Because you're just trying to, like... I remember doing a level where I needed to, like... carry gasoline from a spot to, like, a car to fuel it up. And for me, that does not translate into fun, like... having to carry items while fending off hordes of monsters. I do not enjoy having to do that. I prefer just focusing on killing and surviving, so that's why I prefer something like Killing Floor. Where it's about killing all the shit before you get killed, and then buying weapons to upgrade. That's something I enjoy more. But like having to do a chore, as in transporting the fuel while fending off hordes of enemies, it's just not for me. Anyway, text. Having entered the inner parts of the outer land, keep coming closer to your goal. To kill your own asshole father, the dictator Darius Darks. You will be there soon. Just have to reach that Union HQ. I also have to look into like Vermintide, because I heard that's also like a co-op kind of shooter, but again, I don't know if it's a focus on shooting shit and surviving, or if it's also like objective based with like doing random crime. It really depends. I mean, some objectives I don't mind, but as long as like still the shooting is important. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain precisely what I mean. Ooh, get that drink, Ogrith. Then another problem for me is with co-op games. I mean, they're cool. Playing co-op is fun. The problem is, I don't have any friends. So... Still hoping for Light to one day get her PC together. And maybe I'll be able to play some co-op with her. I've played some co-op with Toaster. But, you know, in the end, I have to rely on other people being available. Which is, for me, not a very handy thing. Now you're at work, Iceman, when I stream. I guess during the weekends. That would be the only possibility. This map is super big and open, holy shit. It's a lot of chain gunners, oh god. Oh no, I really do not enjoy those kind of games. At least not for long. I'll enjoy it for like 1 hour and then I'm pretty much bored with it. Like those kinda hide and seek monster games. And again, I'm not saying that they're bad games. I see a lot of people enjoy them, so. And when I see like what kind of cool, unique monsters they all add to those games, that looks cool as fuck. But it's just that I'll get bored super quickly with those games. Here's the yellow. There's some really cool games that were announced at Realms Deep. I wishlisted probably all of them, because they were like pretty much only shooters. But some of them are like super promising. Like they've got like very like unique art styles, some of them. Some others look a little bit more janky, and I'll probably still play them. But if they have like a cool, unique art style, that really attracts me a lot quicker. Also still gotta check about that Ion Fury DLC expansion thingy. Oh, speaking of DLCs, I bought the DLC of 12 is Better Than 6. That was a game that people who watched me play really enjoyed watching, I believe. People were very positive on that. I enjoyed it as well. And I had like a DLC, so I bought that the other day. Also bought first 4 Delta Force games. Is there anything else I bought? Oh yeah, Wolfenstein Youngblood. But that'll take a long time before I get there, because I wanna first play the 2009 Wolfenstein by Raven Software. If I get to continue that, then I'll replay the Old Blood, New Order, and New Colossus. And after all of that, I'll play Youngblood. Yeah, Delta Force kind of reminds me of Ghost Recon, the original one. I remember kind of playing a little bit of it back when I was a little kid. I think my brother played it mostly and I watched, but I would occasionally try it. Hopefully I'll like it. Hopefully it aged well. Earlier this stream I also mentioned that I still need to finish BioShock. And that I really like the setting in BioShock, but I just do not like the feeling of the guns in that game at all. Which is what mostly stopped me from playing it. I think I also had some ammo issues. Running low on ammo, and I had to like keep killing these tanky big daddies and shit, and just kind of stopped playing. Again, I really like the setting in BioShock. Absolutely amazing atmosphere. Just the shooting sucks. At least, in my opinion. Hopefully it's better in the sequels. I mean, for me in general, if I play an FPS game, the #1 most important thing for me is, do the guns feel good? That is literally where you will score most points from me. Because, like, if at least the guns feel good, I'll play through shitty maps, I'll deal with shitty AI, I'll deal with repetitive enemies. As long as the shooting feels good, I'll deal with all that. That's why I enjoyed Rage 1. People are really negative about the original Rage. And I don't really know why, because, like, the map design was pretty, like, a bit linear-ish, but open, with some occasional backtracking, or some light RPG mechanics in the game. The story wasn't too special. But in the end, the shooting felt great. The guns sound amazing in that game. So for me, Rage scored a lot of points there, and I just enjoyed the fuck out of that game. Oh. How the hell do I... I have no clue. I'm again just wandering and... I gotta use the bridge things. I see now. Well, like, apart from the shooting feeling good, everything else is just less important for me. I care about atmosphere a lot. So if a game has a good atmosphere, that also scores good points for me. So games like that's like why I love games like Half-Life a lot. And like I said in the past, I considered Half-Life's guns to feel like shit. And they're not too amazing still, but I still started to appreciate the feeling of the Half-Life guns more and more. To a point where I actually do like the guns in those games now. But it's just a certain amount of, like, satisfaction. I mean, that's probably the main thing I get from good FPS games is a nice satisfaction when you shoot enemies. It's why mods like Brutal Doom are super popular. It's because it makes shooting stuff so satisfying. Just sucks that that mod fucks up the balance of the game so much that it's almost impossible to play a lot of WODs with it properly. Good example as well of just good feeling guns. Wolfenstein 3D. Seriously, just playing Wolf 3D and going ham with like the chain gun in that game, having a big old corridor full of Nazis coming in and just shooting them all down. That is satisfying as fuck. The only thing holding Wolf 3D down is that the fucking maze level design is fucking tedious. And the further you get into that game, the more annoying it becomes to traverse the levels and just have to like deal with the fucking maze level design. But the shooting, oh, that feels like that is amazing. And even playing Catacomb 3D, which is considered like the first FPS game ever. I know a lot of people think it's Wolf 3D, but Catacomb 3D was actually the predecessor. And you only had one magic attack from your hand, but even that, when I tested it, that felt satisfying. And how do you make it satisfying? Well, it's honestly just have a good sound effect and add visual effects. And also when hitting enemies, it also helps even more by, you know, creating more visual and sound effects for when you hit an enemy. Again, that's why Brutal Doom is so popular. Because the guns feel amazing. They're loud with satisfying sounds. They make the screen shake. And when you hit enemies, there's a ton of blood and headshot effects and shit. Shoot someone's leg, their leg falls off, stuff like that. A lot of feedback from shooting the enemies. That's the kind of stuff that makes shooting satisfying. But even then, like, Wolf 3D didn't have many fancy effects. But it did have a very nice sounding chain gun. And even the machine gun also feels good. Has a good sound. And then when you hit the enemy, there's no visual feedback other than their death animation, which the death animations of those enemies are still amazing. Just seeing them fall down and stuff like that. Mein Leben, and then like a nice ground thump. But hey, that's just in the end subjective, but I do think it's kind of a logical thing. That in a shooter, the shooting should be like the most important thing. Just like in a racing game, the driving should be like the most important thing. How does the car feel good to drive? In a puzzle game, the most important thing is that the puzzles are good. in a platforming game like, you know, Super Mario or Spyro, the platforming controls and the movement has to feel good. Like that's, I'm just going off like basic logic that, you know, the one thing that the game is about, that should be the #1 priority, what should be good about it. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I didn't like BioShock 1 that much. Again, I absolutely love the setting in BioShock. The atmosphere and the setting is awesome. I fucking love it. And this like dark underwater thingy. But like I just fucking hate how the guns feel in that game. It's also why I'm not the biggest Quake 1 fan. And it's not directly that the guns don't feel good. But it's like a thing very close related to that. Which is that most of the enemies are tanky as fuck. In Quake 1. And I know that's because, in contrary to Doom, having 3D enemy models made it a lot more heavy for the game to render the enemies. So as a result of that, you couldn't have as many enemies in one area as you could in Doom. Because that would be too resource heavy for the computer. So to maintain that the battles would last just as long, they upped the health pools on the enemies. Which I understand, but at the same time I just... Like, later on in Quake 1, I just get annoyed that a lot of the enemies are just tanky as fuck. I'll tolerate a tanky enemy if it's big, but it's like some of the small enemies, you know? Like humanoid enemies, or maybe just slightly bigger and they're like tanky as fuck. But I still appreciate Quake and I can enjoy it, but it is and will always be the one gripe I have with that game. Needs to be a good gun type and enemy balance, and each weapon to feel like it has a purpose that can have unique advantages in certain situations. Yeah, absolutely. Which is a bit more problematic when you look at like more realistic games, shooters. Where it's like, if you just have an assault rifle, it pretty much fills all purposes. Which kind of makes sense based on the setting, but it doesn't add a lot of variety, because having one assault rifle doesn't make much of a difference to just picking up a different assault rifle. But, you know, that's why I generally prefer more like unrealistic shooters like Doom and stuff, where the gameplay is more based around the weapons. You have a shotgun for close range, you have chain gun, for general purpose crowd control. And it's like if you play something like Call of Duty, you know, despite, you know, I like the Call of Duty games as well, but you're just gonna generally be using rifles all the time. Now in World War II games, like the OG Call of Duties, you'd still have two general purpose weapons. You'd have your rifle, which would usually be something like an M1 Garand or a Kar 98K, which you use kind of for mid to long range sniping. And then you'd have a submachine gun like a Thompson or an MP40 for like more close range and like indoors. But I'm pretty sure with like more modern weapons, more modern machine guns, assault rifles, they're just so good that you can just use them on long range as well and stuff. Like for example in Rainbow Six Vegas 2, it doesn't really matter which weapon you use that much. Maybe occasionally you can switch to a shotgun for indoor areas, but I mean, you know, I love Vegas too. But it's just, you know, sort of the curse of going more realistic with shooters. You'll end up having to have like less of a variety. Because generic assault rifle A is not much different from generic assault rifle B. And that's just how it is. Oh my god, that's a lot of zombie men. Holy shit. We'll let the pinkies out. Oh, I'm recognizing this song. Based off an original Doom song. God, there's so many enemies there. But then if I play something like Ghost Recon, the original one, which is like a lot more realistic, I really enjoyed that, and that's satisfying, but that's satisfying in a different way, because you're not really using that many different weapons. Use a sniper rifle a lot. Or like an assault rifle, but usually in single shot mode, because like everything's pretty much a one shot, because it's like a more realistic game. But the satisfaction there comes for the fact that it's a very tactical game where both you and the enemy can die very easily from just a couple of bullets. So you gotta like plan everything, flank the enemy, position your teammates, because you can take control of any character of your squad. And then after all that careful positioning, you get to like pull the trigger and take out the enemies safely without taking casualties. And that's where the satisfaction comes in from like a more realistic game like Ghost Recon. Basically a trade-off between slightly faster firing with less damage per bullet versus slightly lower firing, more damage per bullet. That's some variety with accuracy. Yeah, exactly. The fucking tags in that game can eat a dick. I remember the tanks, yeah. Then when there's a tank, you gotta have like an anti-tank guy ready to shoot them. Which is also satisfying to blow up the tanks. I still gotta play the 2 expansions on stream. I did play the main game, which I really enjoyed on stream. I also blew up some artillery in another mission, and then I was like, haha, fuck you, noob artillery. The original Ghost Recon is awesome. I'd love to like play that with a group of friends co-op. Like that would probably be like one of the most enjoyable co-op experiences for me ever. Having a group of friends, like I don't know, 4 or 5 friends. Doesn't have to be that many. And then just do the original Ghost Recon co-op online. And then like work cooperatively by positioning and waiting for each other to gain position, and that would be so awesome. Splinter Cell. The only Splinter Cell I've played was Chaos Theory on PS2. I never finished the game, but I did enjoy it. It was pretty hard though, because I came right off Metal Gear Solid, and in Metal Gear Solid you would have like radars that show enemy vision cones and stuff. And in Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, you had to more rely on just like your direct environment, hiding in the shadows and stuff. But yeah, that's definitely a series I gotta stream as well. And I believe Chaos Theory did have a co-op campaign as well, where you actually had to like help each other climb over like tall ledges and stuff like that, over a wall and stuff, which is also very cool. But yeah, Ubisoft doesn't care about Sam Fisher. Ubisoft only cares about money, live services, and sexually harassing their female co-workers. That's all that Ubisoft cares about at the moment. Uh-oh. Skellies! Oops. Ouch. I mean, in general, if you just look at, like, the casualization of a lot of franchises, you know, you look at Ghost Recon, and it's like, Ghost Recon used to be like a realistic game all about tactics. Rainbow Six as well. And then our Ghost Recon is more just another open world game where you just take over outposts. And Rainbow Six now is just mainly an online PvP shooter, which I have considered playing. But considering I need to buy the game, and the game is also monetized to a decent degree with also a battle pass and shit like that. And the fact that I'll have to give money to Ubisoft, I'm like, yeah, no thanks. There was also Hawks. Hawks I loved. Hawks 2 I never played. And I don't remember, I always forget if it was the PC or the console version of Hawks 2 that was broken. Like you would literally, it was literally broken where you could physically not finish a certain mission in the game. Like literally unable to finish it because of a bug that would always happen. But I don't know if it was the PC or console version, I always keep forgetting it. Ace Combat I've never played. I tried out one of them and it was a bit weird. Where I didn't directly control the plane, it felt. It was very weird. But I don't know, maybe I just had to learn it properly. But if it's similar to Hawks 1, I'm gonna love it, because the original Hawks, I fucking love that game. I really love that game. I even played that co-op with a friend years ago. That was fun as fuck, both using a joystick. Similar to Hawks. Which of the Ace Combat games was it that I tried? Ace Combat. Yeah, so I played Ace Combat Assault Horizon, which was very weird. Like, I'm not saying it's bad, but it was just not what I expected. You didn't, like, directly control the plane, it felt. It was, like, very weird. The camera was, like, on top of the plane and shit. Maybe it was, like, a spin-off, and therefore it was very different. But I bought that game expecting something like Hawks, and I was very disappointed. Never played that one. Okay, that might just be a spin-off then. I'll have to look into the Ace Combat games. Because I love airplane games as long as they're not too realistic. Because if they're too realistic, I'll suck. Because I'm not very handy with like air maneuvers and shit. But if it's a bit more basic like Hawks, hell yeah, I'll fucking enjoy it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but with Hawks, for Hawks, it's like a perfect balance of arcadiness and realism for me. Like, it's not a hyper-realistic simulator, but it's also not a super arcadey YOLO game where you can defy gravity in your plane. It's just the perfect mix for me, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Because I do have a nice joystick with thrust combo that I haven't used enough. I've used it for Hawks, and I've used it for Elite Dangerous, and that's about it. Well, and I've used it for Descent, but Descent 1 sucks. And if ever anyone's gonna come to me and say, what? Descent 1 doesn't suck, that game is awesome, then I'll ask that person, have you completed that game entirely before? Because, oh boy, the first few levels of Descent are awesome. But later on, you get such an annoying hitscan enemy that makes Descent impossible to play. I even switched to the easiest mode and warped to the later levels, and I would be unable to physically survive a room, even on the easiest mode, just because of too much hitscan bullshit. I'm talking about Descent. It's a fairly known shooter from the 90s. Welcome back, what? Yeah, the original Descent. First few levels are great, but then you get that hitscan bullshit. Yeah, the 90s Descent, that game. Yeah. Be glad you never got far into it. I always praised that game until I actually started playing it. First few levels, amazing, and then later on, a fucking hitscan shitlord enemy gets introduced. It makes a very annoying, high-pitched sound as well. And it's worse than the chain gunner. It's worse than the chain gunner in Doom. Like, it is, dare I say it, probably even more annoying than the mutants in Wolfenstein 3D. They will wreck you so hard. The moment they see 1 pixel of you, they will instantly unload their fucking Gatling gun at you. And it's impossible to avoid. And I was playing on a harder setting, so I thought, okay, maybe it's the difficulty, I lowered the setting, warped to the level. Beginning of the level gave me good weapons and shit. No, still impossible. It was like during a boss fight, you had to go into a big open room. No matter how much I strafed around, I kept strafing and trying to dodge. There was like one big open arena, no cover. And even on the easiest setting, I would get killed because too much hitscan. And that made me hate Descent. Now I'm like, fuck that game. Ruined by hitscan. There is a spiritual successor to Descent. I mean, I haven't played 2, but I assume the same hit-scanning shitlord enemy will be in Descent 2. Which is why I'm probably not going to play that. Unless someone can confirm that that enemy is not in the second game. But the same devs later made a game called Overload, which is like a modern Descent. I should try that. Hopefully that one is good. I've had it in my library for a while. I mean, fuck, I've dealt with so much hitscan. I've dealt with hitscan in Wolf 3D, because at least you have cover, because it's a maze game. But in Descent, you're just forced into the open. And your hitbox is gigantic, so they will just guarantee to hit you. At least you can cheese in Wolf 3D to hit the enemies right as you go around the corner and sometimes get away with them not hitting you. But in Descent now, there's no fucking way to avoid damage. There is literally no way. Free Space. I don't know if I've ever played those. I do have a bunch of them. Massive hitscan is why I stay away from most modern FPS single player games. The whole having hit skinners auto aiming you and the screen turning red every 2 seconds is obnoxious. Yeah. At least they give you cover. I can enjoy Call of Duty, but I can see why people do not enjoy it because it's not as fast-paced. It's more cover-based shooting rather than, you know, running around and dodging shit. And for me, I mean, of course, I'll say cover-based shooting is always gonna be more boring than dodge-based and movement-based shooting. But if the weapons feel good, which in Call of Duty they still do, I'll still be able to enjoy it. Sure, there's not that much weapon variety in Call of Duty, especially more post-World War II. But the weapons still feel good, and that is what still makes me able to enjoy Call of Duty. Thankfully. Which, the next Call of Duty on my list is COD 3. Which I believe is like the last World War II based COD game until they actually brought it back with COD World War II. Yeah, we got yellow. Descent Free Space. I think I actually have that game. I have a lot of the Free Space games. Free Space. Or not. Oh, I thought I had them. Apparently I don't. I guess I'm wrong. I don't have the Free Space games. Huh. Modern Warfare 1 and 2 you played a lot. I mean, you know, for me they're gonna be games I'll just play through them once and probably not really get back to them ever again, most likely. Maybe the World War II ones, because I'm just a big fan of like the whole World War II theme. Just the atmosphere that pulls me in World War II games. That's why I love the original COD games as well, stuff like Medal of Honor. I love Company of Heroes. I just love the whole World War II theme. And it's because of my interest in World War II itself as well. I love World War II movies and stuff. I love learning more about the events of World War II. Yeah, the freaking GPU marker is fucking drama right now. I got a new GPU not that long ago because my old one died. But honestly, my whole PC needs a new overhaul, which is gonna cost me a lot of money. One day. But thankfully I'm still able to run most games properly and just stream them. Alright, thank you everyone for chilling with me today. I appreciate it a lot. All the chatting and stuff. No, thank all of you. Don't thank me, I'm just a pleb who plays video games. You were all deciding, hey, I can watch STRONKI instead of like a billion other streamers or YouTubers that are like more entertaining. So thank you all, you plebs. Tomorrow, more Tonks marathon bullshit, and after that I'll play the Catacomb, and after I finish that I'll start Catacomb 3D, I think, which I think I'll probably will do, because the Catacomb is probably not that long. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.